Everybody, J.M. Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym. And back to do our road to the Olympia is our brand new Masters Olympia Bikini Champion,
Dr. Jessica Wilson.
How's it feel to hear your name said like that?
It's pretty cool, guys. It's still surreal. It's still a surreal moment. I still feel like I'm back in Romania and we're still there, but except we're here and we have another little event coming up here soon.
In 16 days.
In 16 days. That's right.
You'll be back on stage.
That's right.
Going for the Olympia.
The Olympia. That's right.
Does winning the Masters Olympia give you a lot more confidence for this year?
It sure does. It sure does. But as I always say, we've got to stay in our lane. And just because we have an impressive history with wins or really great placings, I still treat every show the same. So this is another show that's coming up and I have to do my job. So yes, I do feel more confident because I know what I can bring and I know how good I looked and it was just so much fun more than anything, but I still have to do my job.
Yeah. Well, so I saw the video when they were doing the final call-outs and, you know, when they announced second place and then they panned over to you, you were just, your whole expression, like, you were just like.
I had an outer body experience. I had an outer body experience and in seeing the stage photos, I can tell, and I'm sure anyone who knows me, or even if you don't know me, I can see the progression, like the sequencing in the photos of like the moment where life flashed before my eyes. Everything just melted away. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew something happened. And then I just went blank and I was not there. I don't know where I went, but I wasn't there. And then you can see in the photos as I come back to it, you can see the life in my eyes again, where it's like, oh yeah, she's back. And then I remember looking out at the audience and looking at the judges and looking over at Janine, who got the second place, and just like the giggles erupted, the giggles. So I was just giggling and snorting and making all sorts of noises on stage. And then I realized it was real life and I didn't fall to the ground and I walked proudly to my spot, which was that first place spot, which was cool.
Now, there was a lot of great competitors in that division.
It was stacked. Every woman there was exactly on point. Everyone was there to win. Everyone. So I knew how important it was for me to continue to do my job day in and day out, leading up to the very moment my heels hit the stage. Everyone was so beautiful and so ready.
Well, I think the thing that everybody took away from the Masters Olympia was nobody thought any of you were masters.
Correct. Right? Yeah, no one knew. No one knew. And that's the beautiful part about this sport. And that's why I'm so proud to represent that Bikini Masters Olympia title is you can do this. Age should not be a limitation for you to achieve your goals. Now we have to be realistic depending on what the goal is. But if you're in the sport of bodybuilding and you think it's too late, it's probably not. So you got to jump in.
I mean, and if you look at the champions from the Masters Olympia, they've all won basically open contests, not Masters events.
Yeah, that's right. Myself, Aria, as well, who came in men's physique, who's my teammate as well. We both, at least to my knowledge, leading into the actual Masters Olympia, we both rolled in with wins. So we
and Jessica Reyes-Padilla coming off the two-time Texas Pro.
Yes, and Jessica Reyes. So it's like when you look at the sport and you look at who shows up, you just got to be ready. You got to be ready because the league is getting more competitive and it's getting bigger, which is beautiful. The league is growing, but with that comes more competition. And with that, especially in the Masters division, and I say this to the open bikini athletes who are out there that are hovering in that Masters range, keep going if it's what you want to do, because what we're seeing now, or what I've noticed, is the level of that higher level of competitiveness. We're seeing it in the athletes that have been more seasoned, that have been doing it for longer, right? I've been doing this for 10 years. I don't know how long Jessica Reyes-Padilla has been training, but quite some time, clearly. Same with Aria. And then look at our open bikini competitors. Who's at the top? Who's at the top? They've all been competing for years and years and years and years. So if you think it's too late, I'm telling you, it's not. Dive in.
Yes, I mean, because, like I said, I mean, you could just go through the list of pretty much everybody, even in that men's bodybuilding. Okay, some of these guys were just in the Tampa Pro.
That's right. That's right. Some of them were in Tampa Pro, the wellness athletes as well. We have a few open champions in there too. So, I mean, all of these divisions, even the more muscular ones, which are definitely a bit more challenging to achieve that type of physique, they're doing it. So,
but I've always said, I know competitors that would fall into the masters category were doing open contests, winning, and I would always say, why aren't you telling everybody your age? Like, hey, I'm beating competitors that are half my age.
Mm-hmm. Well, gosh, that was 2021 when I won my first show. I was 40, but I wasn't telling anyone. And I wasn't competing in Masters shows either. And historically, I didn't do very well in Masters when I first went pro after 35. I didn't do very well. Why? I didn't have the muscle maturity. I didn't have the development just yet. So that's mainly the reason that I did it. But as far as age and telling people, I'd say if anyone were concerned about that, get it out of your head, because you can still do great things. And
you can still win contests. Like we talk about the Jessicas, right? You and Jessica. I mean, she's coming off her second Texas Pro overall.
That's right. It's impressive. It's huge. And that tells us clearly she wants it. So nothing's going to stop her. It's the same, with myself. 2021 won an open show. 2022 made it to the Olympia, winning an open show, the Chicago Pro of all shows. 2023, the DC Pro, and then the Masters Olympia as well. Oh my gosh, I won 2 shows a year. Oh boy. I get these realizations sometimes, and it's incredible. It's mind blowing. So,
but DC and Chicago, you weren't. That wasn't the Masters division, just to be clear.
That's right. All of the shows I have ever won have been open shows. And I've only ever won 4 shows total in my 10-year career. So,
but those are pretty big contests.
Pretty big contests, with the latest being I'm Miss Bikini Olympia Masters, which is wild. Wild. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? It's awesome. But yeah, you can do it. You can do it. So it's definitely possible.
How many other women were in your division that had won open shows too? That's the thing, what people aren't seeing. There was quite a few of them.
I have to look back at bikini specifically. I know there have been multiple that won many Masters shows.
But there was a few that won open, yes. That was in every division. Every
division, yeah. So there was big variety there. It was a very competitive group, very competitive. And may I say, by application. So I know you get Masters Olympia, the committee got swamped with the applications, which is a beautiful thing. But yeah, it's getting competitive, and the Masters competitors, we're diving into open. So again,
I mean, and in the Bikini Olympia, I mean, you have the current and 3 former champions, and now we have you.
Yes, we do. I'm coming. And that is, I don't know that I have wrapped my mind around it. I'm not sure that the world perceives this title the same way that they perceive the Open Olympia title, but it's the first, right? So it's about having, at this point in my mind, establishing what this is, right? It is a Miss Bikini Olympia title. It is a Bikini Olympia title, or Olympia title. That's one thing that my coach, Kim, reminded me is, hey, it's an Olympia title. No one can ever take it away. Ever. So, I don't know what the future is going to hold as far as the Masters Olympia, whether it's going to be held every year consistently.
I think right now it's going to be in 2 years.
Okay. So wait, you're saying I'm going to hold on to this title for a little longer than I thought. Yes. But you know what? That actually would be a benefit in my mind, because it will allow a lot of competitors to step up their game, and if you are in that Masters division, and maybe you do need more time to build your physique the way that you need to become competitive and win that title, it gives us more time. So I think it's a benefit if that's what it's going to be. Yeah. But
okay, but just because you have that title, doesn't mean I'm still not going to ask you to do the Pittsburgh Pro again next year.
I know. I plan for it every year. Like it's in my mind. It's in my brain. I never commit until the very end. Even though I did commit in the interview last year for Road to the Olympia, I did commit to.
But then she was face to face with me backstage at Wasatch Warrior. She had nowhere to run. Because Kim was standing behind her, basically blocking her way.
Yes, he was. But I think you knew in your heart of hearts, as I knew in my heart of hearts, that it was going to happen anyway. So, yeah, Pittsburgh is that show that started it all, JM, back in 2021 for me. So if you recall, guys, I was the competitor that never thought she was good enough to be in the, the top tier shows. And JM over here convinced me back in 2021.
Listen, I explained this to some of the people that came in here this year for doing the Road to the Olympia. I said, I don't ask everybody to do it. I only ask those people that I think can do well in the contest, because it's a step up. I do call it the Pittsburgh Championships the mini Olympia. Because if you look at the history of people that have won the Pittsburgh and where they've gone on to with the Olympia, I mean, you've had Mark Anthony, okay? You've had Raymond Edmonds, okay? You had Sid Gillen. You can just go on and on. Chris Bumstead, okay, did his first classic in Pittsburgh and goes on, okay? Yeah, I mean, you can look through every division that we've had. And, I mean, we just added women's physique last year, okay? But at that time, okay, Natalia won it, then what happens?
She wins the title. Yeah, so sign, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and I could go through all the Pittsburgh bikini overall champions that have gone on to win the Olympia. I mean, like Angelica won it, okay? Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot in that bikini alone. Yeah,
and it's you're absolutely right. It is a mini Olympia. And doing it this year for me was so fun. So fun. My goal going into it was, hey, do better than you did the last year. I think I had come in fifth the first year I did it, fourth or fifth. I think it was fifth. And then I think I came in fifth or sixth this year, which in my mind was incredible. So at least I was able to maintain kind of the where I was comparatively. But every show is getting more and more competitive. So to at least even hover in the same spot as I did the year before was great. And I knew I had another goal for myself, because at that point, I don't remember if the list had come out yet. It hadn't, but I knew it was coming. So my mind was already locked in to, okay, Romania. Okay, wait till August 25th to find out. That's right, it wasn't out yet. And then I found out, and then I knew every single show, every single step that I was going to take, with guidance, of course, was going to lead to that.
But the critiques you got from the judges at the Pittsburgh meant a lot.
Incredible. Each and every show, incredible. But getting that critique and seeing how excited the judges get when you actually improve or you give them what they're asking for, and it sounds a little odd, give them what they ask for. Well, no, they want us to be better. So when we are able to give them, provide physical results from the feedback they've given you time and time again, that's huge. And that's how you build relationships in this sport, I have found. So yeah, getting that feedback from Pittsburgh, and then progressively New York, then ended up at DC, where I won in front of Tyler. Like, that was huge, because he's always been very, he's challenged me. Attila's challenged me, Tarek, all of the judges have always challenged me and challenged all of us. And the fact that I was able to, all right, here, you want this? Okay, I'm doing it. Here you go. And then it becomes undeniable. Like, all right, that will get rewarded because you look the part, right? Not saying you can predict what's going to happen on show day, because anything can happen, but it's really cool to get that feedback because it's sincere. They all want to.
But what did he reference today? He referenced your DC Pro look.
Correct. So that's today's feedback. So yeah, in having feedback provided today while here for the Road to the Olympia, very, very good feedback. And we have 2 weeks. And fortunately, nothing really needs to change very much. I'll leave it there. But knowing that Tyler had seen me at DC and said, hey, that's just right, I can do that. He didn't see me in Romania in person, right, but I know, and Coach Kim knows, that was very, very similar, if not even better. So we will provide what is asked of us.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be an exciting division.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd say right now, of course, there's the hype for the Mr. Olympia. The men's physique Olympia's got a whole lot of hype going on. And then I think the bikini division is, I say bikini and women's physique are about the same because you've got that whole rivalry with Natalia and Sarah, okay? But there could be some dark horse that comes out for them also.
That's right. Like, think about it, guys. There could be a wild card. There could be a wild card. And if you can tell, my hair's kind of wild right now. So we're you just never know. You never know. But I had thought of that, like, wow, it's going to be a battle of the Miss Olympias.
But as I've said, just because there's 4 of them doesn't guarantee them the top 4 spots.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. I mean, it's anybody's game, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Just knowing that there is so much history there with these women that have held the title, right? I mean, Ashley, Maureen, Jen. I'm popping in. Jen, yeah. I'm popping in as well. So it's like, it's just going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Now, if the 5 of you are the first call out, how wild would that be?
Oh my God, I'd be in heaven. Like it would be great because the thing is, we all get along. We all generally get along and we enjoy competing with each other. Backstage is backstage, stage time is stage time. We're all there to win. But it feels good to be around a group of women that feel good to be around. And those women feel really, really good to be around.
It'll feel even better whenever you get the call for the first place.
Right, exactly. And, going into it as the Miss Bikini Olympia Masters champion, I think back to 2021, my first Olympia, and I almost made the big stage, guys. Almost made it. I came in 11th. And I remember seeing, I did go to finals because I didn't know if I was in that 10th spot just yet. But I'm glad that I did go, even though I wasn't on the stage, because I got to see it, smell it, taste it, touch it. I ate a lot of cookies that day. They were backstage. But I'm really glad it's back in Orlando this year. It's familiar. And it's just going to, I'm just very excited to experience it in a different way. The first time was the first time. It was a lot of oohing and aahing and just being blown away by the magnitude of the event and the connections made, meeting the fans, meeting other athletes that live in other parts of the world. That's the beautiful thing about this sport is how it unites us. But I'm really excited to see it with a different set of eyes now because I'm going in a different position. I'm still the same old me, but I'm just excited to experience it again.
Now, when all is said and done with me with these Road to the Olympia, so this week I will complete the 3 Bs for men's physique. Buendia, Brandon, and Banks. And you just saw Aaron Banks.
Yep, just saw Aaron.
Okay, so I will have seen you and the other 4 by the time we're all done filming this.
That's right, because I know Maureen was just here a little bit ago.
Jen is still coming in, and so is Issa.
Issa, and that's right, Issa. How could I forget Issa? So, it's gonna be a big Olympia.
Ashley was already here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big Olympia.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, so how's it feel going back to Orlando? I mean, I'm sure Vegas was a little easier trip for you, but
yeah, Vegas definitely easier. I could even drive it if I wanted to. I'm excited to go back in Orlando, and I'm not going to lie. I'm already planning on my husband and I, what we're going to do. We're going to resume where we left off in 2021, which was we went to Epcot and we ate the world, which was great. All within reason, of course, but excited to just kind of...
Listen, I've seen bikini competitors eat after a contest, okay? They eat like they're a 6'5" grown man.
That's right. There is photographic evidence, but yeah, we're gonna probably redo Epcot if they still have that food tour, and then
it's funny every time you bring up food, your smile gets so much bigger in this interview.
Food. I mean, I'm kind of due for food now, but it's more about the experience of just being there and relaxing and letting loose. And right now, hey, we have a job to do, all of us, right? So it's that hyper focus mode, stay in your lane, stay in your zone. But such great memories from back in 2021. Gosh, we did the photo shoot. That was my first photo shoot with you. And then did the Disney thing, and you just lived life a bit for a couple days. So that's what we're doing. I'm already planning it.
Sounds like you got the whole plan down right now.
Oh, yeah. Again, luckily, been there, done that back in 2021. So now it's just easier.
And listen, before we sign off, I keep looking. It's sitting over there. Just go grab it.
Okay. Please stand by. Here it is. I guess I'll just go ahead and put it on. It's heavy. So this is the Masters Olympia first place medal right here. And we've got the Romanian flag colors because we won this in Romania. And really cool in the back. It's engraved. So I'm very proud of this. And it took a village. And it took a lot of time to get here. But as Kim said, you know, this is your title. No one can take it from you. It's the very first.
And no one else can duplicate being the first. There can only be one.
Right.
And that's you.
Right. So again, I'm a little, the words escape me because my mind just gets blown when the waves of the realization that this is real comes through. But I'm very proud of it and very proud of the accomplishment, very proud of every aspect of what it took to get me there. And very thankful because as I had mentioned in that victory speech, when I came back in from the outer body experience, it takes a village, it takes an army, and I could not have done it on my own. I will always remember that day at Wasatch back in 2021 when you just whispered in my ear about, you know, hey, you want to do Pittsburgh, because that truly set me on that trajectory of knowing like, hey, I can do this. I can win shows. I can be competitive. And I dreamt of this title before it even existed. And I remember thinking like, okay, the Miss Olympia title is the Miss Olympia title, but there's something else out there. There's something else out there, and it was this. And I dreamt of it. And I'm very proud to be the first, and I am hopeful that I can lead by example with the way that I maneuver in this world of bodybuilding and in life in general for all of those men and women that are out there watching, that maybe they're in their mid-30s, maybe mid-40s, or older, and they think it's too late, or they don't think it would worth their time. Yeah, you can do this.
Age is just a number.
It is. It truly is. But it spills over to everything else in your life, not just the sport. Because remember, the stage is just like a micro fraction of what this life is for us. So what I hope to pass along to the public is take care of yourselves and do the big things that you dream of doing that are scary. But take care of yourselves first so that you can, you know, lead the way and accomplish the big things. Never in a million years did I think I was going to be here doing this, having this interview, but here we are. Here we are.
With that medal.
With this medal, right? With this medal. But here we are, and I'm very thankful.
Okay, is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Yes. So I talked, well, Kim, of course I mentioned. My husband, Chris, who has been the rock that has allowed me to fly and flutter and come back home and fly and flutter and do all the crazy things that I love to do. Thank you, honey. My sponsors, Global Formulas, Toxic Angels Bikinis, The Shoe Fairy, Pro Tan. Oh man, don't forget anybody. Meal Prep Revolution, the NPC and the IFBB. JM, thank you. Thanks to your father who was here. Thank you to Debbie. So many people. I'm Malacca's my home gym. God. And I'll leave it there.
All right. So if you want to see Jessica compete, I know that the finals are sold out, but the prejudging is where it really all happens. So the prejudging is in the expo, so you can get in there. And if you have to, then you could watch the live stream for the finals. But go see what happens because you'll have a good idea of what's going to happen that night.
That's right. So prejudging will be Saturday morning for Bikini. It's going to be at the convention center. So it's big. And as JM said, yeah, that's where the action happens because that's where you're really going to see who's going to make it to finals. That's really where you want to be. So come see me. And if you're in Orlando and you're able to make the meet and greet, I would love to meet you all. So can't wait. 2 weeks.
Well, good. I was going to say that too, but you did it. That's good.
We're reading each other's minds. That's what it is.
All right. So J.M. Manion.
Dr. Jessica Wilson.
Signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com. We hope to see you in Orlando at the Olympia. Yeah.